Hi guys, my name is Chris and you're watching Wrestling Today, so let's start with WWE just broke the news that NXT is going to the CW. Now, the NXT brand is getting even more of a spotlight, and that could call for some special WrestleMania week plans. We have yet to see any matches booked for this year's Stand and Deliver Premium Live event. Fans could be in for quite a show during WrestleMania week in Philly. WrestleVotes noted on X that WWE is talking about holding their Stand and Deliver event at the Wells Fargo Center on a Thursday night this year. This comes after their big CW announcement. On the heels of the CW announcement, I'm told discussions have taken place regarding NXT's Stand and Deliver PLE scheduled for WrestleMania weekend. Those discussions have been about the placement of the show. Source states there is support for the show to open the weekend and be held on Thursday night at Wells Fargo Center. I was told while it makes sense to some, it's not ideal for others. We'll see how it turns out. We will have to see how this pans out. WWE has a lot of options on the table, and they obviously have a big spotlight on the NXT brand right now. Stand and Deliver is also one of the biggest premium live events that the brand presents every year, and this next year could be a banner one. What's your take on WWE's plan for NXT Stand and Deliver? The next story is about WWE fans will often compare superstars to each other, and there is a reason for that. It's hard not to do that when certain talent are so similar in many ways. Mandy Rose and Tiffany Stratton have often been compared to each other, and that conversation is still continuing. Mandy Rose recently shared her thoughts on the comparisons made between herself and Tiffany Stratton. Since Rose's release, many fans have commented that Stratton seems to be a replacement for the former NXT Women's Champion, who now runs an incredibly lucrative OnlyFans page. On December 14, 2022, WWE released Mandy Rose just a day after she lost her title. Reports indicated that her release was linked to the content she shared on her FanTime page. Following her departure, Tiffany Stratton began to rise within the ranks of the NXT Women's division. Stratton eventually secured the NXT Women's Championship, leading to ongoing comparisons between her and Rose. During an appearance on Busted Open Radio, Mandy Rose discussed her viewership of NXT, noting that she watches it, although not consistently. When asked to identify standout stars from NXT, Rose specifically mentioned Tiffany Stratton. Rose said, "Obviously, I love what Tiffany Stratton has done since I've been away from there. I think there were some comparisons with them trying to make her like me, which I don't agree with. I think she's her own person. We all can be compared to people, like I love being compared to Trish, but I am my own person as well. So I think she's an incredible athlete. Even when I was training over there, the way she was progressively getting better so fast, it was wild. So I definitely see that. I just think there's so many women right now that are arriving. Some of these girls, I remember training, they just got there, and now they're having these amazing matches. It's crazy to see, which is awesome. It seems that Mandy Rose doesn't mind it when fans compare her and Tiffany Stratton. Rose really has few problems at this point, as her OnlyFans money rolls in every single day. She is pulling a ridiculous paycheck just from her content. That doesn't mean she is done with pro wrestling. Mandy Rose also didn't shut the door on going to AEW. All it would take is a phone call, and a lot of money on top of that. Only time will tell what's next for Mandy Rose, but a WWE return may be difficult at this point, due to the company's current family-friendly direction. What's your take on Mandy Rose's career at this point? The final story is about WWE surprised pro wrestling fans all over when they announced that NXT is moving to the CW. The USA Network picking up SmackDown seemingly means that the network is dropping both Raw and NXT. Now that we have confirmation that NXT is moving, the big question remains about Raw's future. WWE has a lot of options, and their flagship show commands a lot of value. It is the longest-running weekly episodic television show in history for a reason, and their next contract could be a very important one. Although Fox is getting out of the pro wrestling game as they drop SmackDown, it appears that FX may pick up Raw. During Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer mentioned offhandedly that FX is very much in the running to land Raw at this point. That seems to be most of the talk at this juncture. Dave said there's a good chance they're USA Network losing Raw. Most of the talk is that Raw is going to go to FX. We will have to see where WWE Raw lands when their next television deals are finalized. There are some other contenders, including Warner Bros. Discovery, Disney, and Amazon. Each one of those options could open up a whole new plethora of possibilities. What's your take on WWE Raw moving to FX? Is that the right place for them? Thanks guys for watching and please subscribe.